The Oracle Notification Services is a publish and subscribe service for communicating fast application notification events. The ONS configuration is controlled by the ons.config file, which is located in the grid home in the opmn/conf directory. The file is automatically created when you install your Oracle Grid Infrastructure, and starting with Oracle Database 11G Release 2, the file is automatically maintained by the CRS ONS agent using information from your OCR or the Oracle Cluster Registry. There are three important parameters that are always configured for each ONS. You can see them highlighted in the slide. The first is the local port parameter, and that is the port that the ONS uses to talk to local clients. The second is the remote port, and that is the port ONS uses to talk to other ONS daemons. And then the third parameter is called the nodes parameter, and that specifies a list of all the other ONS daemons to talk to. And that includes by default all your RAC hosts, and then also all your mid-tier ONS daemons are configured under the nodes parameter. The format for the nodes entries are your hostname or IP address, colon, and the remote port that the remote ONS daemon is listening on. I'll show you my sample configuration file. In my grid home/opmn/conf, there is my ons.config file, and there is my local port, the remote port, and all my cluster nodes. You can optionally configure the client-side ONS. The sample in the slide, you can see, looks very similar to the server-side configuration with the local port, remote port, and the nodes. For ONS on the client side, all the RAC nodes must be configured in the file. You can see the ONS daemon on the mid-tier or on the application side reads the ons.config file. You start the ONS daemon with the onsctl start command, and then with the dotted lines you can see the ONS daemon communicated with the ONS daemons on the RAC cluster nodes. It is advisable to have some sort of monitoring in place to make sure your ONS daemon is always running. You can check that the ONS daemon is running by using the onsctl ping command. The Oracle Database 11G Release 2 introduced a new set of APIs for Oracle RAC Fast Application Notification events. You can use these APIs if you are not using the Universal Connection Pool or the Oracle JDBC Connection Caching. From the client side, you can use Oracle RAC Fast Application Notification in two ways: by making sure the ons.jar file is present in the class path of your application, or by having an Oracle